Good morning, JFK. Welcome to episode number 246 of JFK Live.
Today is Wednesday, March 26th, and it's a day one. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
We have a jam-packed show today, so let's jump right in. Thanks for joining us for a special Wednesday edition before a long weekend. Next time we see you is April, and that brings us TGIF next Friday and our annual Autism Awareness Faculty Dodgeball Tournament next Tuesday. And boy, do we have a stacked roster this year. Can JFK take home the gold? Let's find out.
You're right, we do have quite the roster. As a matter of fact, I thought to get us all excited, the faculty needed some cool nicknames. However, it was a lot of people, so I had ChatGPT make them up, with some interesting results. Here's our JFK dodgeball roster. Ballin', Mr. Bermudez, Twisting, Mr. Triptree, Twirling, Miss Weeks, Racing, Miss Rosello, Mega, Mr. Murray, Rocketing, Mr. Rochford, Lightning, Miss Lynch, Leaping, Miss Lehman, Luminous, Miss La Rosa, Rapid, Mr. Regan, Sharpshooting, Miss Schnabel, Gustful, Miss Groom, Powerful, Miss Politis, Gargantuan, Mr. Galgano, Surging, Miss Smith, Killer Arm, Mr. Kramer, Ascending, Miss Attard, Top Tier, Miss Techwork, Ravaging, Mr. Ravner, Hurricane, Miss Hirschman, Blustering, Miss Blanchard, Super, Miss Sullivan, and Lukewarm, Mr. Levy.
Wow, that was interesting. Speaking of important games, hello? We're running out of time. It's time for this week's game.
You're right, Aiden. It's time for this week's Picture Peek of the Week. This one ties right into our JFK Character Trait of the Month. Can you name this NBA legend before everyone else? Remember, this game is worth 1,000 points for your homeroom. Good luck!
Hello JFK students, welcome to History Smiths. My name is Juliana Bologna. Miss Smith, have you ever heard of spring cleaning?
Yeah, spring cleaning is something that we do traditionally to kind of get all the cobwebs out and open up our doors and windows and get some fresh air in and clean our drapes and rugs and windows. But even during the colonial period, they had something called spring cleaning. So during this time period, there was a woman named Betsy Ross. Have you heard of her?
Didn't she make the flag?
Yeah, so she was out of Philadelphia and she's best known for being a seamstress and making flags. But one of the things they like to do is they like to have new mattresses coming the new year, because mattresses were made out of horse hair on the bottom and then they had feathers on top, so like a down feather bed. But the feathers over the whole winter, if you want to get rid of it, you want to fold them up and make it like fancy and make it comfortable. So you could actually order a brand new mattress from Betsy Ross. She would do that for you. But if you lived on a farm, you could do it yourself with the feathers from your ducks and your chickens and things like that. So that was something they did for spring cleaning. They wanted new beds. They would also scrape their floors, and what they would do is they wash the floors rather with sand. So what they would do is they'd take the sand and they'd rub it into the grain of the wood, so it actually would really try to clean it off really well and get everything out. So it's kind of weird using dirt to clean the house, but that's what they would do, especially because it was so smoky all through the winter months of having everything closed up and trying to be warm. So they wanted to get as much fresh air inside their buildings and in their homes. And the other thing that they did too is they looked at it as a new birth. So a lot of times March 1st was really considered the new year for planting and warm weather and hopefully good crops coming in the spring. So that was what they did for spring cleaning during the colonial period.
Wow, Miss Smith, that's really, really interesting. Back to JFK Live.
We're back, folks. Thanks, Miss Smith. I feel refreshed just hearing about that. We have your winner. Our winner is the homeroom of Mr. Ravner. Congratulations, your homeroom wins 1,000 points.
And yes, folks, that was Kobe Bryant, the late, great basketball legend. He was a great leader on and off the court and was a huge advocate of compassion.
And just like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, compassion is our JFK character trait of the month. And yes, folks, it's still March for a few more days, so it still counts. The definition of compassion is a deep awareness of and sympathy for another's suffering.
If someone shows kindness, caring, and a willingness to help others, they are showing compassion. It was once said, never look down on anybody unless you are helping them up.
We also wanted to thank you all for participating in the UNICEF Compassion Coin Challenge during your lunch periods and for making it such a huge success.
To end our show, we'd like to end with a quick inspiring clip of Kobe Bryant, who, as we mentioned, was a huge advocate of compassion for others. Check it out for yourselves. Enjoy the long weekend. Have a great day, JFK!
My question for you is, what did you know and learn at the end of your career that you wish you knew at the beginning?
Understanding empathy and compassion. Right? Because as a young kid, when I came in the league, it was like, I'm driving this way, and either you're going to be on the train or be on the track. Right? There was no such thing as understanding that people have lives outside of the game, which apparently I did not. But like if I understood that at an early age, and it helps me as a leader to communicate better. I came to understand that later. And getting to know people on a personal level. What are their fears? What are their insecurities? Right? What are their dreams and ambitions, desires, those sorts of things? When you come to understand that about a person, then you can help them reach the best version of themselves. So I wish I'd known that earlier.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.